Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I want to present you an opening trap for white in the Ruy Lopez. The trap is known as the Dresden Trap because Siegbert Tarrasch won a game with the trap against Georg in 1892 at Dresden. Yeah, funny enough, Siegbert Tarrasch already published analysis of the trap in 1891. So during the entire game he only spent 5 minutes of thinking, and well, as you can see, a good preparation can easily win you a game, and so I think it's worth studying the game. You can see the critical position already on the board. It's white to move and win right at the spot, but take your time. Before we just jump right into the tactic, I of course want to show you how to reach the position and what black should have done to avoid to get trapped. So without further ado, it's time to checkmate. So the game started with the moves e4, e5, knight s3, knight c6, and after bishop b5 you can see the starting position of the Ruy Lopez, and here black decided to play the move d6. This is known as the Steinitz defense of the Ruy Lopez. The move is quite solid, but right at the moment it has the problem that black's knight on c6 is pinned, so the knight cannot move away because of the pin. Here white didn't lost any time and attacked the center right away with the move d4. And black decided to play the move bishop to d7, breaking the pin so that the knight is again free to jump around if he wants to. Now both sides played some logical developing moves. White played knight to c3, black responded with knight to f6, white castled, and black played the move bishop to e7, getting ready to castle kingside. And here white sets a trap. He played the move rook to e1. And what I really like about this move is that it sets a trap, but the trap isn't that obvious, because black's next move really looks absolutely logic at the first glance. I mean, black played the move castling, and this is already a mistake, but it's a move that if you just would look at the board for, let's say, a glance for 10 seconds, you would say, yeah, castling, why not? And the problem with castling I will show you shortly, but before I of course have to show you what black should have done to avoid to get trapped, and what black really should have done is the move e takes d4. Here the knight on f3 would have taken the pawn, and after, let's say, castling and bishop takes e6 and b takes e6, we reach a position where I think that white is probably slightly better, but it's not much. It's not a big advantage, it's a really small advantage. And I think he has advantage because right at the moment, black's a little bit passive. He got a problem with his c-pawns, and okay, you could argue that he got a bishop pair, but think about it, right at the moment, the bishop pair doesn't do anything. I mean, the bishop on e7 is just simply trapped behind his pawn and the knight, so right now, the strength of the bishop pair doesn't come to life, but of course later in the game he may will free up the position, and then his bishop pair could be pretty strong. And yeah, as I already mentioned, I think that this position is slightly better for white, but it's not much, and this is of course a position that was reached even on Grandmaster level several times, so I think it's absolutely playable for both sides. Anyway, let's go back to the game. In the game, black decided to play the move castling, and as I already told you, this is already a big mistake, and I would advise you to pause the video and try to figure out what's white's best move in this position to, yeah, win some material. I'll give you 3 seconds to pause the video if you need to. 1, 2, 3. Well, I hope you all found the solution. If not, I'll give you a little hint. After some exchanges, white will be up in material, but he needs to be careful about back-ranked mates. So with this hint in mind, I'll give you another 3 seconds to pause the video if you need to. 1, 2, 3. Well, I hope you all found the solution. The right move is bishop takes c6. And here, black took the bishop with his bishop. I just want to mention that b takes c6, d takes e5, d takes e5, and knight takes e5 is even worse for black, because now white is up a pawn and black has a really bad pawn structure on the queen side. So yeah, that's absolutely great for us as a white player, and I think that white should be able to win this game quite comfortable. Anyway, better move is bishop takes c6, and here we just simply grab the pawn on e5, and after d takes e5 and trade of queens, you just can simply take the pawn on e5. And if you count pawns, right in a moment you're up one pawn, and this is why I think this is already great for white, but he has to be a little bit precise depending on black's next moves. In this position, believe it or not, black's best move would have been bishop to d7. And after, let's say, knight takes d7, knight takes d7, bishop f4, c6, and rook a1, I think it's pretty clear that white must be better. He's up a pawn, and black doesn't have any counterplays, so he should be able to convert this pawn in the endgame to a win. But there are some other lines that are tricky, and you should know. At first, I want to show you a big blunder. This would be to take the pawn on e4 with the knight, because then you just simply could grab the bishop on c6, and after b takes c6, you can win the knight on e4, because back rank tricks doesn't work because of our knight. So yeah, let's say bishop to f6, threatening to take the bishop, the knight, and threatening mate on d1. Well, then you just simply develop your bishop to c3, and now our rook on a1 guards the back rank, and so everything is fine and we have a piece, and this is a pretty much one position. But there's one move that even grandmasters fall for in this position. It's a move that's even worse than the move bishop to d7 I already showed you. But at the first glance it looks promising, and the move is bishop takes e4. And yeah, this is even worse than what you already saw. And the reason is that after knight takes e4 and knight takes e4, we can play the move knight to d3. If you will ever reach this position as white, please don't make the mistake, don't take the rook on e4, because then black's really laughing about you because of the move rook d1 check, and you have to go back with the rook, and then it's mate. And yeah, this would be embarrassing for you. So a better move is knight to d3, and now we are pinning the knight, and if the knight moves away, we threaten to take the bishop. So yeah, this looks absolutely good for us. And here black has a defending move in f5. Now white should play f3, attacking the knight, and if the knight moves away, well, then again we can take the bishop on e7. And here black's best move would have been bishop to h4, attacking the rook. So we have to play g3. So both of the minor pieces by black are attacked right now. And after, let's say, knight takes g3, h takes g3, and bishop takes g3, well, we're up a piece against two pawns. And yeah, I think that this position is clearly better for white. I mean, yeah, you're up a piece against two pawns, and in the end game, this is just clearly better for you, and you should be able to convert this to a victory. But funny enough, in this position, most of black players played another move, and they play bishop to c5 check. This is even another slight mistake, but it's understandable that black makes all the slight mistakes, because they look absolutely like good moves, you know. Black thinks, okay, white has to take the bishop, and after he recaptures the knight, well, then he just simply thinks, okay, I'm equal. I have 6 pawns, you have 6 pawns. We both have a minor piece, we both have 2 rooks. Well, probably he thinks that he's even better, because white's still stuck with his queen side. But the opposite is the case, because white's already clearly winning. And the right move to win this position is the move bishop to g5, attacking the rook. So I'm threatening to win the exchange, and it doesn't matter where black will put the rook. Our next move will be bishop to e7, attacking the rook and the knight at the same time. So we're threatening to win material. So a logical move for black in this position would be rook to d5, because think about it. If I put my bishop to e7, then he could go away with his rook, and then the knight is defended by a rook, right? So this is what black thinks, but this just simply doesn't work out, because after bishop to e7, rook to e8, we have the little nice move c4, and now it's game over. If black cannot move to e5 because of our rook, and if he moves, for example, to, let's say, d7, well, then we just simply grab the knight and we're up in material. And yeah, this is a clearly won position for white. So, game over. And I really hope that you enjoyed today's little video. I hope that you learned something. If you did, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So see you next time when it's again time to checkmate.